Hello Cancers and welcome to Timsy's Naked Tarot. Don't worry, Timsy is not naked. The tarot read is naked, by which I mean I strip out as much astrology as I can by using this plain deck to bring in the star sign or the type of star sign of the person we are doing the read about. That's quick and painless. It is a general read. It may or may not resonate with you. If it does resonate with you, that is fantastic. If it doesn't resonate with you, don't worry too much. I'm not following any sort of cycles of any description, so next week's one might resonate with you, even if this week's one is not. Now, we are doing a conflict read between you and the person. This particular person is quite a bit older fire sign, maybe up to about 8 to 10 years older than you. We are also doing a read on the star. The star is the hopes and wishes of someone normally. It normally comes after a tower. Yeah, some big life-changing event happens in your life, and normally just after you're crawled out of a smashed up car and you're looking at the aftermath of the tower, you're going, oh, I wish I'd done something differently. I wish this would happen. I wish that would happen. We've all been there in certain different points in our lives for certain different towers. Not saying that we're doing a read on the tower, we're doing a read on the star. This will be your hopes and your wishes and your dreams. For some of you, it could be just literally you're getting in the limelight, just like my eldest son just tried to do then when he was coughing in the background. And now he's talking to me, even though he knows I'm videoing. So anyway, let's get back on with it. And to go with our star, we have a Knight of Wands. Someone's wishing for a player, maybe. Someone's wishing they weren't a player. Someone's wishing someone else weren't a player. And the Lovers. Well, it's definitely going down that route. There is a choice to be had. It is a life-changing choice. It could be that tower. Perhaps the tower hasn't happened yet, but the energies of the wishes outweighing the tower. You've got to bear in mind, in the universe, time all happens at once. Yeah, you think we have a headache with trying to keep track of time. And so everything happens all at once, the past, present, and the future. The universe knows it all. That's why we can tap into energies like this and see what is coming and what has been with tarot cards and other forms of divine mediumship. Okay, so quick recap then. We got the Lovers, we got the Knight of Wands, and we have got the Star, and we have got a older fire sign. And just here is going to be your energies, Cancers. Just here is going to be the energies of the fire sign. In the middle is going to be the sort of bridging energies, the meeting point, the compromise energies of the conflict itself. First 3 cards up the top is going to be the conflict itself, basically. Underneath it will be a past, present, and future in that order. Okay, so I won't be putting an overall energy card on this particular read because I'm just going to be putting the intermediate meeting cards off the bottom. The World. So this conflict itself involving you and this older fire sign. For you, it's healing. Okay. Now possibly you broke up with someone with that Knight of Wands out. They may have been doing the dirty on you. Okay. Or they may have been a one-night stand but left you heartbroken because you thought they were going to be the person of your dreams. They were very happy about it. So yes, so if they did get their one-night stand and they got their jollies off you, they're quite ecstatic about it. Now that could be the sort of happiness which is changing their lives. That lover could be all to do with that player thinking, well, maybe I might want to settle down with this one. Okay, so in this particular case, the fire sign might want to settle down with you, Cancer. Okay, it's happiness, it's security, it's joy. It's also revealing a secret being revealed. Sometimes with the sun, because you can't hide from the sun. The sun shines everything up. Okay, there's even sayings in our day-to-day life which indicate this sort of energy. It's like we'll have a look at it in the cold light of day. How about that one for one? Yeah, it's kind of implying that things can't be hidden in the daylight. So that's what the sun produces. Now it could. No, I'm not even going to go down that road. It is definitely their energy. It's kind of like a fire sign energy, the sun, but we're not going to go down that road. Both ways around, this is creating a new start. Okay, so we are conflicted about a new start. Now, you might be being in this place of healing. Yeah, that is your new start. You're healing from something. You're not being used anymore by people, players or otherwise. Yeah, you're wising up to the world. Well, the world, actually. Um, and for them, it could be this radical new, I might want to settle down with them. Okay, and that'd be their new start. The fact that the world's out, it's implying that you have both learned a universe lesson. You're both moving on from whatever cycle or lesson you were trapped in trying to learn. Okay, because that's how the universe works with us. We have to learn a certain thing before we move on to the next. Okay, that's why sometimes you feel like you're going around in circles. Why do I always meet the same sort of people? That sort of thing, because you haven't learnt your lesson from the last one of them you met. But perhaps this time you have. You're healing now. You're healing from all those past hurts, not just this particular past hurt from this particular fire sign. So your energy in the past, the 9 of Wands, you were defensive. Okay, you were sort of putting up your defenses, hiding behind these 9 Wands. You've been wounded in the past. It's implied that you've been wounded in the past, because I just said so before that card come out. I said you're healing from all your past hurts, not just this one. You're the wounded warrior. Yeah, this was the last straw for you. Okay, this is an indication of a new beginning. It leads to the 10 of Wands, which is actually kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back. Burdens. And you are now moving on. You've decided, you've made this subconscious and conscious decision. Both your heart and your mind are on the same page on this one. I am not just going to jump into bed with the next person who flatters their eyelashes at me. Okay, I'm not going to start dating the next person who smiles at me. Some people might smile at you because you've got a huge bogey hanging off your nose and you don't realise. It doesn't mean they're going to be your next life partner. Okay, so in the past, you were defensive. At the beginning of this conflict, you were defensive. You were already at this stage of trying to separate the wheat from the chaff, but you weren't quite there because you managed to get hurt again, which has formed disconflict. But okay, maybe you've learned off this one. Okay, so their energy, the 3 of Swords, oh, well, they've ended up in pain. They were in pain at the beginning of this conflict. Perhaps I've been doing them a disservice. Perhaps they weren't actually a player to their core. Perhaps they played you. Perhaps they just got what they wanted off you. But they were in pain. That you may have just been a rebound. Okay. Yeah, they were in pain. This could relate to other things as well. That you could be a couple. You've done something which has caused you to start healing. They're in pain because of it. Okay, perhaps you, I don't know, went and done the dirty on your partner, and you're healing from it now. Maybe you've always had this. Maybe you've only ever been with this one person, and you've always wondered what it's like to be with someone else. Well, you've done that now. You know what it's like to be with someone else. It's basically exactly the same as anyone else you've been with, unless you manage to hook up with some sort of soul tie with you. Then it can be magical stuff, which is better than anything else you've experienced in the world, but it's few and far between. And they were hurt by it. Okay, so the universe is saying you started to work on this. Okay, and the universe could also be saying in the past this was to do with work. Again, perhaps Cancer, you were always work orientated. The way you were being a homely Cancer was you were making sure there was always money on the table. Things could always be paid for. Your children wanted for nothing because you could provide for them. That's how you were doing your homeliness. They were hurt by this because you're not giving them the time that they wanted, required, or needed off you to feel loved. And so it could be some sort of work-related thing. It can still be the single or the couple thing as well. But either way round, the beginning of this conflict was worked on. Now, perhaps they felt this ray of sunshine come into their life, you, and decided they wanted to start to work on that. So they actually started to get back into communication with you, and perhaps you were defensive by this and were having none of it, okay, and that hurt them. Well, it's the way the cookie crumbles. Okay, so well that's going there. So let's see what presently, the Ace of Pentacles. You've got a new beginning currently in this conflict between you and this fire sign. Things are happening anew. The newness of the Ace of Pentacles is a solid, it's a firm, it's founded in good foundations. It's a promising new start, but it's a slow new start. And quite often you don't actually see the start. It happens, but you don't see it. You don't notice it. It's something small, it's something minor. Yeah. And it's not until the situation has built up and you know where you're going with things, you suddenly think, when did this start? How did we get here? Okay, so let's have a look at theirs. They've got the 10 of Swords. Okay, so they're currently feeling betrayed. You've literally got a beginning, they've got an ending. You could possibly be, in your healing energy, going off with someone else. Yeah, perhaps they were your first partner you ever been with. Yeah, that special one. And they went and found someone else just to try it out. And now they're happy. They're going off with this someone else. They're better than you. They were a soul connection. It was magical. All they had to do was like rub their fingers across their cheek, and they had electric running through their entire body. You're feeling betrayed. You can see the end. You can see the writing on the wall. Okay. Currently, the universe is saying the compromising ground in the middle at the moment is you both know the truth of this. Yeah, the truth is there, but no one's taken any action. She's got her hand out in a stop, a universal stop gesture. Okay, the palm out, don't come any closer to me. Talk to the hand, the face is not listening. Well, that's coming from you, Cancer. Talk to the hand, the face is not listening. Coming from them is, please can you stop this? I know the truth of the matter. I'll pull my socks up. I will be a better person. I will be a better lover. Please, can you stop doing what you're doing? And you're, with that Ace of Pentacles coming in front of this, is, I know the truth. I know the truth that I love this person, but I also feel amazing amounts of raw, passionate power for someone else. And I'm not listening. I'm getting what I want. I'm healing. You're hurting. I'm healing. Okay. So let's see where this will go in the future. Okay. And remember, this is a tarot read. It is a general tarot read, so there's a lot of different energies coming through. And we all have free will. So you can get in the way of this. You can pull your socks up. You can make the change if you want. Okay? And they can make the change if they want. If they're cross-watching, if I've got some fire sign cross-watching this because they have a wayward Cancer, okay, and they're trying to find out how to get their wayward Cancer to come back to them, they might be watching a, okay, we'll do it like that. And they might be watching this to try to get some tips. And just by watching this, that could be using their free will enough to change the energy, okay? Although the universe knows all what's happened, or what will happen, or what has happened, yeah, or what is happening, yeah, we can still change those energies. The energies is like a river. Now, there's lots of natural obstacles in the river. Jupiter, the moon, Mars, some star blowing supernova in tens of hundreds of light years away from us. The energy what comes off that will suddenly give you a totally different dynamic in everything as that hits us. But we can stop a flow of a river. We can build dams. We can throw stones in. We can shape the way we want things. We can dig away a side of a bank to form an eddy so fish come in there and we can eat. I know this is, but it's we can change things as well. And that's what we do with our free will all the time. We change things to how we think is bringing balance to our lives, our little own universes. All the universe is trying to do is bring balance on a whole, to the whole mass of everything. So the outcome of this, we have got the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is a card of learning, a card of understanding. It is quite a young energy. It's immatureness to a certain extent. but it's also giving, and they're giving to the centre. They're going to give to the middle ground. Currently, I'm not having any of this. Remember, that's where you are at the moment. Further down the line, all going well, if everyone uses the universe's blueprint and not our own. Cancers, you're going to start giving to the situation. You might sort of realise that, yeah, okay, is it lust I'm in and not love? Huge difference, very similar in the energies, but huge difference when it comes to the 3D. And so you might start giving back to this conflict, this situation. And remember, even as you're finishing up and settling and making the peace plan, you are still in conflict right up until the point where you stop it. Okay? Yes, I've written the peace plan, the peace plan, and they've agreed to it. But then it goes further than that. You then have to start sticking to what you said you were going to do. And that's when the conflict stops. And the conflict might simmer unnoticed for ages underneath. Yeah? For the rest of your entire life. Because that urge to go somewhere else is always there. That urge of being that player, that Knight of Wands is always there. Yeah? All you do is it's a bit like an addiction. You never get rid of an addiction. You learn how to control an addiction. Yeah, you talk yourself into saying, well, I only need 4 cigarettes a day. 1 in the morning, 1 at lunch, 1 in the evening, 1 before I go to bed. And that's how you control your smoking addiction. You literally, and those gaps in between when you're getting those cravings, no, I've got one coming up in a couple of hours, that's fine. I can wait that long. I go 8 hours when I'm asleep without one. I can go 4 hours between the morning and lunch without one. Okay, and it's the way you do it. It's not the best way to do it, but it's a way you can control that addiction. Their energy, they got the 2 of Cups. They feel the soul connection between you. It's the coming together of energies. In fact, in this particular case, it's the coming back together of energies, you and them. The whole star sign thing, you're slap bang in the middle of all this, okay? But it's a Chariot. It's forward movement, but I don't feel they're moving forward yet, okay? He's more of a display of power. Imagine the scenes of like the Russian military walking through Red Square in Russia? Walking through whatever road they walk through, demonstrating their military power with the president, prime minister, whatever they have, Soviet ruler, dictator, looking over it all, but they're televising it to the whole world at the same time. Yeah? Look at me, I've got the power. This is what this card is saying. You're both demonstrating your power. Your power from healing, their power from realising what they actually had. This Sun, revealing what they actually had in life. Revealing the hurt and the pain they're in, revealing that things could quite possibly come to a crashing end. We have the past, we have the future with the black and white horse, okay? And in other decks, that would be a Sphinx or something like that. But, yeah, so, and funny enough, the past is looking at you and the future is looking at them. The future is the coming together of the energies. You will make up, but not necessarily as you were. You will never be the same again, but you may get better, okay? You may, like that habit I was talking about, learn to control and manage the situation instead of succumbing to it. So there we go, Cancers. That is your read. If it resonated with you, that is fantastic. Please feel free to like this video. I'd like to say thank you if you do. If this did not resonate with you and you are still watching this, then share it out, because you're being used as a divine messenger. There's no other reason you would sit here and watch this video for no reason. Unless, of course, you're just using my lovely tones to slowly drift off to sleep. And in that case, good night. Sleep well. Sweet dreams. But I'll be noisy again and wake you up. But thank you again for sharing, if you have shared. If you have shared any of my videos, if you have liked any of my videos, if you have subscribed to my channel, and if you have commented, thank you very much to all of you. Don't forget, if you are subscribing, yeah, and you're new to my channel, press the little bell icon. Helps you subscribe, and then the little one with the little dicky bits next to the bell. That gives you all my releases. I normally do on average about 3 a day, 2 or 3 a day, so I don't bombard you with them, but that's okay because YouTube has things in effect for that. If you do actually post more than 1 video or 3 videos in a 24-hour period, it stops notifying after 3. So theoretically, you should never get bombarded with more than 3 of my videos in a day. Now, thank you very much for all that. I would just like to remind you, if you comment on any of my videos throughout March, you will be put into the prize draw I'm giving away. It's a wax melt burner. It's a handmade. It's unique. There is not another one like it in the world. There'll be similar ones, but nothing quite like that one. You can, melt your wax in it, as the name of the wax melt burner suggests. You could put scented oils in the spoon on the top and heat that and make fragrance go around your house with scented oils if you prefer to use scented oils. You could even put your sage in there as a cleansing ritual and use that. It's a bit of a safer way than actually setting light to a big chunk of sage. Sometimes that can get a little bit out of control. Okay, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the read and I hope you have a wonderful week. I will catch you all soon.